This is the Out of Bounds Prize Wheel.
You know the rules.
Presented by Tito's Vodka. Enjoy a Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary this weekend. And now.
Oh, here we go. Good morning. The Out of Bounds Show, 105.9 The Zone, ESPN. We're about to do the prize wheel, so you need to get ready. How do you get ready? You go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports. That's our YouTube channel. Cool. You comment. Tell us that we're a Hail State homer for even mentioning Lane Kiffin could be in the running for any other job, even though he's 20 and 3 in his last 23 games. That makes no sense, right? Or go to Facebook, search the Out of Bounds Show, and just comment. It can be a picture. It can be a hand waving hello. It can be the bird. It doesn't offend us. And we're all good. No snowflakes here. All right? This is a no snowflake zone. The Out of Bounds ESPN 105.9 The Zone prize wheel is brought to you by an amazing Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary at Two Brothers on Saturday morning. It's a 6:30 kick. And you can go to Two Brothers or Bulldog Burger and enjoy an amazing Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary with bacon, celery, and some green beans as you get ready for game day. Let me give you the schedule real quick. We're going to give you a little bit of time to go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports, and comment. That's how you enter, and you could win something on the prize wheel. So when you look at the lineup for the weekend games, and Mississippi State grabs a night game, SEC game. The only other home night game they had was Memphis, and then the lightning delay, and that took all night. And, well, I don't want to surprise y'all, but I didn't stay. I love going to games. I enjoy going to Davis Wade. But I wasn't hanging around for 45 minutes, an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. So I let some of y'all do that. And I don't even know if I'm going to. Well, anyway. So.
You're not bailing already on this game that hasn't even started
I don't
yet,
know.
are you?
I don't
Come
know.
on.
I don't know. I don't know.
Come
I don't know.
on.
I don't know. So it depends on if I get a really good invite.
Dude.
To a suite.
When Cadillac's up 14 headed into
now,
the fourth quarter.
Cadillac Williams is the end. You know, Cadillac Williams, former running back at Auburn, is the interim coach at Auburn. And they fired Harsin and everybody connected to Harsin a couple of days ago. So they have promoted analysts and graduate assistants as part of their. You're allowed to have a head coach and 10 on-the-field assistants with headsets. So you have other people on the sideline, other analysts and GAs. So Cadillac Williams is will they get the interim bump? Or are they too far gone? You better hope they don't. You talking about a meltdown on this show?
That's what I was going to say.
I mean,
yeah.
Mississippi State is look, the line moved when Harsin got. Let me tell you this. The line moved a point when Harsin and his assistants got fired, and Cadillac Williams was named the interim coach at Auburn. Now, he was a great player. I loved watching he and Ronnie Brown play under Tommy Tuberville, and they should have had a chance to play for the national championship. But that line's 13 points. That is 2 touchdowns and another point. You tell me the last time Mississippi State was favored, double digits, outside of maybe they don't ever play Vandy, okay? They play them like once every 10 years. And I don't even know, maybe Dan. 2014, Dan beat Vandy like 52-3 late in the year. I don't remember. Why don't you look that up, Will? Look up Mississippi State Vandy 2014, see if you can get me a line. But I would venture to say that Mississippi State has never been a double-digit favorite, even with some of Auburn's ups and downs, over Auburn in any kind of modern giving us the lines era of college football, and that discussion was brought to you by the Golden Moon Casino Sportsbook and Lounge. Blake?
The last time Mississippi State was favored over Auburn, period, was 2012, which, if you ask Auburn people, there is a debate as to whether or not this season or 2012 is the worst team in Auburn history.
Okay.
That gives you where
that was Gene Chiswick's last year.
Yeah, that's the state of the Auburn fan base. To give you context, to give you a window into what their world is like right now. Their fan base is spending all their time debating whether this year or 2012 is the worst team ever to wear the Auburn uniform.
Okay.
That's the level of faith they have in this team.
That's a good point.
Now that doesn't mean they won't come out and play hard, because they still, as much talent as Harsin has run off, they still on paper have some talent. But I would say it's easy to go with the whole momentum thing and be like, hey, maybe they'll play hard and there'll be a little spring or whatever. This team is so bad. If Mississippi State loses to this team, I think it is a kind of nail in the coffin moment for Mike Leach's chances. Yeah,
it will take meltdown Monday to another level. I do not expect Mississippi State to lose this game.
No,
I didn't expect Oklahoma State, who's actually a good team, to get shut out by a Kansas State team over the weekend, right? So
that's true too.
We do see some. And you know, Oklahoma State's not facing anything that Blake and I just described. Like,
No.
They have a coach who's been there since 2005, and he's won a bunch of games, and he's considered one of the top 10 coaches in all of college football, and he wins at a place that's difficult to win at. It's kind of like men in this state, women who have built successful companies in rural Mississippi, whether that's the Jackson metro area, whether what's happened in Laurel, Philadelphia, Mississippi, in the Delta, on the coast. I mean, that's impressive. Right? I mean, I understand building a business, period. But when you're like dropped in where all the industry is up in the Northeast, in that, New York, Philadelphia area, still a big deal. When you build a big boy business here, that tells me something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. All right. So let me give you the rundown real quick. Florida, Texas A&M is the Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary game at 11 a.m. It's not Kentucky at Missouri. All right. And Jimbo can't lose that game.
No.
A&M is only a 3.5-point favorite, and Florida is an average football team.
At best.
They are going to get better under Billy Napier because he is a really good coach. And they're loading the boat, NIL, too. Florida is loading the boat on name, image, likeness collective. You know how we talked about the Bulldog Initiative a minute ago and the Grove Collective? Hey, Florida's loading the boat on their NIL fund. So we got Florida at A&M, 2:30 game. CBS said no to Bama, LSU, and said yes to Tennessee, Georgia. Who's number one in the college football playoff rankings? The Tennessee Volunteers, baby.
That's the right call, though, right? I mean, the better game is Tennessee, Georgia.
I think so. And then at night, Alabama at LSU, 6 o'clock on ESPN. And the one that means a ton in state is Auburn at MSU, because MSU wants to become bowl eligible with the win over a dysfunctional Auburn program that has fired their coach and several assistants this week, including a strength and conditioning coordinator.
Which is weird.
Holy moly.
To do that right now.
All right. Out of bounds, ESPN 105.9 The Zone is driven by your next Ram truck or pre-owned or new SUV or truck at Mac Hike in Flowood. Visit MacHikeFlowwood.com. We will not have MRA football on this week because they got to bye, but you will have Mississippi State football on ESPN 105.9 The Zone this week. And I just told you that's a 6:30 kick on ESPN2. Davis Wade will host a night game. I'm expecting a big crowd. They haven't been at home in several weeks.
No.
I'm expecting even though they didn't play like they wanted to play against Kentucky, I don't really count Bama, although they played better than I thought they would. I expect a big crowd in Starkville, Mississippi on Saturday night. And the tailgate. We're kind of monitoring the weather. Could be some showers.
Oh, no.
All right. Here's your last. Well,
let's spin
we're
one.
going to do this for
Let's
10
do
minutes.
One. Yeah.
But The prize wheel is brought to you by Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary at Two Brothers, and we're about to spin the prize, and you may could win.
Yes.
Go to YouTube, search Out of Bounds Sports, comment. Go to Facebook, search the Out of Bounds Show, comment. All right, who do we have?
Neely needs a spin. Neely is watching on YouTube, Out of Bounds Sports. He says, or she, I guess, I don't know. Neely could go either way. Says LSU by 14. So you're going to need a prize pack because I don't know how much Tito's you've had. Yeah, I don't know how much Tito's you've had, but LSU by 14 is a wild take to just come out of the gate with.
I love Neely.
Yeah.
Neely's electricity and excitement.
Yeah, you can't buy that kind of heat. So let's spin one for Neely.
Tiger Stadium is going to be insane.
Electric.
Yeah, it will.
Electric.
Ready? Here you go,
Yep.
Neely.
Little spin for Neely right here. A big money's no whammies. And it is an Out of Bounds prize pack.
Yes.
There you go. There you
Those
go.
are very, very popular. Out of Bounds prize pack for Neely. Thank you, Neely, for going to YouTube, searching Out of Bounds Sports, and commenting. That's how you enter, and you could win. Again, Auburn at Mississippi State, 13-point spread. Oh, and don't forget this. The over-under is 51.5. 51.5 is the over-under.
Speaking of lines, Will, our electric intern over here, did figure out State was only favored by 16.5 over Vanderbilt in 2014.
16.5.
That's a
There you
tiny
go.
line. I don't know how that's the case, but such is what it was. Yeah, shout out to Neely for the prize pack. Let me ask you this question. We've been talking about odds, and the hot topic du jour in the SEC right now is Brian Harsin being fired and John Cohen taking the AD job and who he might hire. Obviously, that hire is going to take a little time to get to. But let me ask it like this. Take out Hugh Freeze. Of Deion Sanders and Lane Kiffin, both of whom are listed at the top of the odds boards, which one do you think would be the better hire on the field, and which one would be the bigger headline maker?
Give them to me again.
Deion and Kiffin to Auburn. Which one's the bigger success on the field, and which one's the bigger splash hire?
Kiffin.
Really? I
Yep.
think Deion's a bigger splash hire.
I think it's really close, Blake, but I think Kiffin's I got the edge on both.
I think Kiffin's the better hire coach-wise.
Yeah.
Deion would be, and here's why, because Deion would be a historical anomaly. We've never had really a coach with that pedigree on the field, then get into coaching so late in his life, only coach 2 seasons at a SWAC level school, and then jump straight into the SEC.
Sure.
We've never seen anything like that. So to me, because of his name, Primetime, I think Primetime's a bigger name than Lane Kiffin, is he not? I mean, he has to be.
He is, but in the Auburn fan base, Lane is the bigger land on both fronts.
Interesting.
Without a doubt. So yes, for NFL people and for Coach Prime and his brand and so on, but Lane's big too. He's never going to be a Hall of Famer on the field and all the Super Bowls and so on. So,
Yeah, I just thought
what is this?
it was interesting.
First time since '97 that MSU is a double-digit favor against Auburn.
Yeah, hadn't been a favorite since 2012 against the Tigers, but double-digit, that sounds right.
I can't believe they were a double-digit favor. I remember that game in '97. I think they shut them out. It was 20-0. It was a year, I don't want to surprise you, where Mississippi State wasn't good on offense. They basically had J.J. Johnson. I think they went to the Plains and won, and it was like a shutout, 20-0 or something. The Terry Bowden thing was they had run him. Can't remember if Terry was still coaching or they had an interim, Blake.
Yeah.
And then Tuberville. No. They wouldn't run him till the next year.
I don't want to surprise you. I was 6. So
They didn't run him to the next year. All right, so Neely with the Out of Bounds prize pack.
Daniel says, shout out to the Out of Bounds show for hooking me up with my goat shirt. It's the softest shirt in my wardrobe. So shout out,
Do
Daniel.
we have that on here?
It is not on there. We'll get it on for next week.
Yeah, we need to give those.
We took it off because we did some different stuff last week. We'll put them back on.
We have the GOAT number 10 for Ole Miss. I have no idea who was good at number 10.
Generic numbers.
Yeah, and the GOAT maroon and white number 15 shirts, and I have no idea who was Dak or Mangum.
John Rice Plumlee and Tierra McCowan.
Right,
Who you're
right,
talking
right.
about. Yeah.
So we have goat shirts, and they're really, really cool.
Yeah.
I need to wear one on the set.
We'll do it for tomorrow. Well, I guess you're going to be out.
Why don't I wear one for the Charlie Burris
All right, we'll do that.
interview, Rocky Top Insider at – are we having him at 9:30?
9:30. We'll do this. Anyone who comments on the Charlie Burris interview at 9:30 will be entered to win a goat shirt of their choice. Bo will be wearing one, but we'll give you a Rebel or a State goat shirt of your choice if you're watching at 9:30.
One's blue and white with a goat and a number 10 on it, and one's maroon and white with a number 15. I don't know how Blake came up with those numbers.
Yeah, they're just generic.
Okay.
Let's give a spin to old Kenneth on the Facebook page. Kenneth is watching on the Facebook page. Search the Out of Bounds Show.
Okay.
He says dogs big, 45-20.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it could absolutely go that way.
I would not. Steve Robertson told us yesterday that he expects Jaden Crumedy to play, and LaQuinston Sharp, the starting center, will play. And it sure looks like it's trending where Dylan Johnson will play.
You ready to go?
That's 3 start. One hasn't played one snap this year. And Jaden Crumedy, who will be in the NFL next year. And the other 2 are very valuable starters for you. Blake, here's Kenneth.
Yeah, let's spin it for Kenneth, who needs a big dog's dub. A big dog dub. I bet they roll them.
Oh, man.
Oh, spin again. Thank God. You almost got an autograph back of air.
I still can't believe you're putting that on
People
there.
came and get it. Patrick was like, I wanted it. Oh, another one. It's double spin
Feel
again.
like Vanna White.
Yeah, for those of you listening on radio, I know it's riveting. Double spin again there.
Woo!
Autograph beer can. Yeah.
You love that.
Shout
it is
out.
amazing that you get fired up about that every damn time.
Well, it's awesome gift. First off, we've got sweet Fertile Ground beer cans.
Oh.
I'm wearing my Fertile Ground hat.
I
as you
had
can
a
see.
Pilsner yesterday.
Yeah. We got sweet cans. Your autograph will be worth something, whether you get murdered by fans who hate you or just ride off into the sunset. And it's a big deal. Plus, you get a prize pack. I mean, it comes with other stuff.
Here, let me take a picture of Blake wearing the Fertile Ground hat.
It's not just the beer can. You get the beer can plus a little swag as well. So everybody gets excited, man. Patrick came and got his just a second ago.
When you something's going on here. Hey, when you went to down to Fertile Ground Beer in Bellhaven to set everything up for the remote, you went down on Thursday?
Yes.
Did you eat at Elby's?
No, I did stop in and say hello to my buddy Cody. It was
Okay.
slammed.
Okay.
I didn't have time either day, Thursday or Friday. I had stuff going on, and it's just
Well, you're a busy man.
packed. Dude, they're rolling. They are rolling down there. It's
The question
crazy.
is, are you as busy as John Cohen's schedule?
What's John got going on? Anything?
He may can take a couple of days off.
Why not, man? What do you think? John Cohen in the stadium Saturday?
Negative Ghost Rider.
They'd have to sneak him in they'd
He's
have to
not
go jacket over the head, like sneak him in the back, like put him up in the suites and hide him.
10 years from now, do you think it'll be all good for John Cohen to come back and be celebrated?
Well, let me ask you this question. Do you think people are willing to say he has something to be celebrated about? See, that's the question. Will the relationship be better? Yes, probably, because odds are he doesn't last or do anything at Auburn that is like a direct hindrance to State that makes them so mad outside of this one game this weekend, right?
Outside of if he hires Lane or Hugh Freeze or Coach Prime and they beat Mississippi State all the time.
Well, but Auburn hiring Kiffin would be a win to the State fan base because they'd rather lose to Auburn.
If he hires Kiffin, does he become a legend with Mississippi State fans?
because if you're a State fan,
because
you'd rather
Kiffin
lose.
is running the state and owning MSU, and people fully expect Ole Miss to win their third straight golden egg. I know I do.
Much easier to swallow getting beat by Kiffin at Auburn than getting beat by Kiffin at Ole Miss.
Okay, fair enough. And by the way, for our listeners, Blake's so scared of Lane Kiffin, he was eating his cereal underneath his desk this morning when I walked in. Because if you talk about Lane to Auburn, it means you're scared.
That's right.
And I got in the shower this morning, and I was scared.
Trembling.
I saw my shadow, and I was also scared, all 155 pounds. And I saw my shadow, and I was scared of Lane Kiffin. Who's next?
Let's give one to Dalco. Dalco on the YouTube page is a big Tennessee fan. He thinks he deserves a GOAT shirt because he's a GOAT Tennessee fan.
Oh, cool.
So there you go. Let's spin one.
This is
for
the
Dalco.
prize wheel brought to you by a Tito's Vodka, Topo Chico, and a couple of oranges. It's a great cocktail. In the Tito's Vodka Bloody Mary game this weekend is Blake's favorite game. It's Florida at A&M. Jimbo is a 3.5-point favorite. If he loses this, it could get even hotter and more drama in College Station.
He can't lose.
Jimbo doesn't answer to Ross Bjork, so it would have to be Chancellor Booster level things happen. All right.
Can't lose this one. Let's spin one for Dalco here.
Who?
Go Vols. Dalco. Dalco. It's a volunteer spin, baby. Home sweet home to me. Good old Rocky Top. Woo! Is that an autographed bag of studio air?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
I've got some mouthwash, so I'll do mouthwash before the air goes in the bag.
Fresh air.
Yeah.
That's high level right there.
Hey, real quick, college football playoff rankings, Blake. Tennessee 1, Ohio State 2, Georgia 3, and Clemson 4.
Saban dynasty's over.
Bama's at 6. Michigan is above them at number 5.
I'd have to go back and
For
look.
Ole Miss fans, you're coming in at number 11.
Still a shot.
It's still a shot to go to Atlanta.
You win out, you're in Atlanta. That's how it works.
Yep.
You control your own destiny. If you win out,
you
you're in Atlanta.
control your trip to Atlanta, Georgia, and remember this restaurant, Canoe. The best. Well, I've never had kangaroo.
Yeah.
It was one of the best dishes I've ever had in my life. Canoe. It's super cool, super, super cool in a real beautiful neighborhood. I didn't even know where I was going. One Uber told me, then I got in another Uber and ended up going there. Canoe, if Ole Miss makes it to the SEC championship game against Tennessee or Georgia, you want to go to Canoe in Atlanta, and you want to go to Burn by Rocky Patel. It's an upscale cigar bar, and it is fabulous. It's right by Truist Park, which is the Braves Stadium.
Yeah. Shout out to Canoe and Kangaroo. I definitely want some Kangaroo. Let's get one more spin in for Bob F. Old Bob F. on the Facebook page. And as you spin this, I want to ask you, do you think if they lose to Florida, it's a 5th straight loss for the Aggies and Jimbo? I mean, that's not hot water. That's boiling water, and Jimbo may be left in the end zone.
And you've got another loss to LSU coming.
Yeah.
All right. One more. We got like 60 seconds?
Yep. Spin it for Bob.
Bob.
Oh, Bob.
Bob.
Big spins. Spin again. It's got a knack for landing right next
Tito's
to
Vodka Bloody Mary. Boom.
Burgers, Blues, and Barbecue gift card.
Dirty Bird wrap. Amazing cheeseburgers. And they now have Yingling Lager. We saw Steven yesterday at lunch. B3 Burgers, Blues, and Barbecue now has Yingling Lager in Madison and Brandon. Their onion rings are amazing. They have blue plates. Their pulled pork, smoked chicken, burgers, sandwiches, appetizers, the whole thing. I had some butter beans, too. They were good, for sure. So B3 Burgers, Blues, and Barbecue in Madison and in Brandon, they now have Yingling Lager. So you can have a delicious Yingling with your cheeseburger or your Dirty Bird wrap. Hour number 3 coming up. We'll have Charlie Burris, Rocky Top Insider at 9:30 on the Yingling Lager guest line.